All right, guys, today got a topic I've been waiting to do for a long time because I've been waiting on parts. Polaris is slow. Everybody's slow these days trying to get the supply and demand. But before we get started, as I love to advertise our belts, best on the planet. Still best on the planet must be, because I can't hardly get them, sell them faster than we can make them. Great belt for this Ranger that we're fixing to talk about. Okay, now what we're fixing to talk about is changes in primary clutches, secondary clutches on the new body style Ranger XP 1000s. This covers the difference between 3-seater 18s, not cruise, 19s and 20s, and then the difference between those and 21 models. Okay, now one major difference between those and these is there was only one primary clutch available in those 18 to 20s, and then in 21 there's two different primary clutches available, which is the engine braking primary and the primary with two-way bearing. Before we get too deep into that, just keep in mind that you're still going to have engine braking because you got an engine braking secondary, and it's going to give you engine braking down to around 5 miles an hour. So that's really about all you're going to lose. All right, now then, let's talk about the differences, and we'll tell you what our plan is on the tail end of this. Okay, so let me grab one of the old ones. All right, I've taken the liberty of taking the old and the new down to this part, because these are really the parts that are different. I got my old man glasses on, so if you can zoom in, you can kind of even see colors are different. Let's see here. All right, so I wish I had this camera a little bit lower, but it doesn't matter. One difference is this very first piece, and there's 3 pieces here. Pull it out. We got now, compared to the old, I'll pull it off this clutch. All right, there's an added flat washer underneath the, I forget what to call this dang concave looking washer. It's B crap, I'll get it in a minute. Anyway, same washer, and then a thicker one right up underneath it. They also moved the O-ring down on this piece versus this one because of that. Inside it, because of these changes, the depth where the mounting hole is slightly different. So that's one change. Okay, the next one is, I'm just taking these parts off 2 clutches as we go. Spacer, probably it's just simply a different material, probably more reliable on the new than the old. Spring, different spring in here to keep the EBS mechanism. When you let off the gas, they both have EBS mechanism, and I'll demonstrate in a second, that rolls out. It has a little spring in there so that when you give it gas, it's supposed to push it back open again. That says a little stiffer spring, leaving looks better. These looks like I made them. Okay. All right, the next one is, there is a washer. I forget what they call this material. It goes between the spring and the bearing on this one. Our old clutch doesn't have that. All right, then the EBS bearings. They look very, very similar, different materials. I have a lockout ring on this one. It will not fit on this one. So I'm not sure if the people manufacturing these know that or not, but it does not fit. Lockout ring was to keep this mechanism. We'll demonstrate, might as well talk about that now. I call it the hokey EBS mechanism. When you slow down, belt turns this way and moves this out, and that pushes the belt against the movable sheath for engine braking. I think it's hokey. That's what fails a lot. This mechanism wears, it sticks out. You keep going, it's creeping, it's tearing up belts. It is not, in my opinion, a bad design. They improved it, it appears, but I'm saying it's still a hokey design. Okay, on this, the next piece, it doesn't come out. There's an O-ring in it, and there's still plastic in here, the EBS mechanism. I don't want to bore you with all these details, because I don't like this clutch. I'm not personally going to use it, and if when yours fails, you got a better option here for you. But anyway, EBS primaries, 18, 20, 21, That is the differences on this part of it, okay? Spiders. Now, these spiders are slightly different. The rollers are wider, probably heavier duty, carry a better load on the 21s than the 18 through 20s. That's the difference right there. Fly weights. Same series 32, 114, series 32, 114 grams. They carry the same over, but the new ones are called a 32, 114 HC. I don't know what HC stands for, but I knew though the difference. Right here on the bottom of the weight, it is a little bit different. What happens is when it's in there, it sits a little bit higher. I'm exaggerating because of this touching inside the movable sheave. It sets its weight just, I measured it, it's just several thousandths. What does that do for our clutch? We'll pick this one up, it's complete. It moves the movable sheave in towards the fix, closes the gap on the belt slightly to hopefully help on jerky starts a little more because the clutch doesn't have as far to go. Okay, now then, 21s, two different clutches. This is the non-EBS clutch, two-way bearing. Doesn't have that hokey EBS deal. My opinion, let's say opinion because people want to nail you the cross. This is the superior clutch from Polaris for a Ranger XP 1000. I have made fitment on my 19 behind the camera, have not road tested. That will be in another video another time. Fitment is right. My alignment was already correct. Put the new clutch in, my alignment is still correct. I used the new weights, everything seems lovely. Got to road test it. All right, so other than a couple of parts different in this primary clutch, it's just a non-EBS clutch for the non-EBS models. I feel it's a superior clutch to all of them. It will fit, as far as I can tell, 21s through 18s. How old this video is. In the future, how long Polaris uses it could be 22, 23s. I don't know yet. Okay, so there's the differences in primary clutches, secondary clutches. All right, this is the 18 through 20. There is some differences. I don't know that they actually made improvements, but it doesn't matter to you 18 through 20 guys because you cannot put a 21 secondary on your Ranger. This has a forged steel helix in it. Like I said, I personally do not see, and I'll show you the other here in a second, I don't see that much of an improvement. I do know, or I have a guess to why they changed. This is a 21. The why they changed, opinion. This is a 21 Razor Pro Turbo secondary. They're trying to standardize parts, make it cheaper to manufacture. One thing you'll notice right on the back, this has a windage plate. Google it, research it. It's something, but it's nothing. It's supposed to cut down on airflow, resistance on turning, and to give you a slight horsepower gain at higher RPM. Ranger owners, I don't think this benefits you. My opinion, 21 and newer guys, take this dang thing off completely. This windage plate, leave the screws out, and get you a little more airflow to it. Okay, that's an opinion. Take it apart. This has a aluminum helix in it now. You can see the differences in it. It obviously costs less to make. That is a forged steel helix. My experience with Dalton, who made one for the 20 Pro Razor, it's crazy expensive. They only made it 1 year. Standardized a clutch. I'm not saying this clutch is bad. I'm just saying I didn't see a reason to change it as far as reliability is concerned. Bad news is, or good news, depending on how you want to look at it, this will not fit on your 18 through 20 Ranger XP 1000s. They changed the input shaft on the transmission on them. All right, so where does that leave us? That leaves us with me telling you the differences and a hint of something potentially you can do and we may sell. But whether you buy it from us or not, hopefully you do, the plan is to sell anyone 18 through 21 that has the hokey EBS style primary, whether it's the new one, let's see if it's reliable or not, or the 18 to 20, to sell you a 21 two-way bearing, simple clutch, ready to go. Just pull off yours and put on the new one. Lose engine braking under roughly 5 miles an hour. That'll be in our test video. All right, guys, don't forget Hunterworks belts. And I love to joke about this comment I got on YouTube. He goes, "Oh, you're selling belts." Yeah, I bought all these clutches right here. I got 2 more laying here. $30,000 Ranger back there that I actually don't even drive. Free to you, not me. Please buy a belt. And I'm not begging, it's just a joke. All right, so guys, got any questions? Email me, Todd@hunterworks.com. Telephone's really hard to get through. Really, really hard. Say it in all our newest videos. If we can help you, email us, Todd@hunterworks.com. Thank you so much.